For most of my life, I have lived in an HOA community, which is a homeowners association community. And if you've been looking into the St. Johns County area, most likely any neighborhood you have looked at is in an HOA. So let's talk about the pros and cons of living in an HOA community. Now, this is a neighborhood by neighborhood basis because it does change in regards to the fee, association rules, all that fun stuff. But let's talk about the pros and cons of living in an HOA community. So most of those popular communities that I'm sure that you've been looking up to see if you want to move in, or that you have favored on Zillow, like all of these, most likely have an HOA. So as you can tell, it's still heavily desired, even though there are some cons to it. I want to first talk about the cons because why not be honest with ourselves and talk about the negatives, because that's the first thing we're going to notice, and then we'll talk about the benefits. Okay, some of the cons. We all know someone named Karen, or acts like a Karen. Those Karens are going to tell you your grass is too short or long or whatever. Those branches are too far over on the sidewalk. Like, there's always going to be a Karen. There's always going to be people that are honestly bitching, excuse my French, about different things in the community. Ways to better it, they think is going to better it. And then ways that they think that will make it better, or how it should be, or whatever their expectation is. Always going to have those people. Whether honestly you're in an HOA or not in one, you can have an annoying neighbor who's going to give their opinion to you. People do it at the grocery store every single day. Another con, of course, it's going to affect most likely your buying power. And most likely it's going to affect your buying power. Now, how exactly does it affect your buying power? Well, it's going to affect your buying power because suddenly now you have an additional payment on top of your mortgage payment. Another con is, of course, the cost of the HOA. Now, with some buyer situation, an HOA fee could really dictate your buying power if you're able to get into the neighborhood or get into a certain house because of the fees of the HOA. Now, it all varies depending on neighborhood, because some neighborhoods have a very low HOA and have something beautiful called a CDD fee, which we'll talk about in another video. But the fee of the HOA is paid separately from your mortgage and separate from your taxes, so you will pay the association directly. And this association, what exactly are they going to give to you? Well, perfect, you should ask that, because now we get to go into the pros. Now, the best part of being a part of an HOA is making sure your neighbor doesn't have junk in the front yard and doesn't just leave stuff there, leave their broken down car, park wherever they want. Honestly, it helps your home's value because some people just don't know how to take care of their own things. Ask my toddler, she doesn't. She ruins everything. But I absolutely love her. But HOA comes in and says, hey, we need to clean this. This is our chores. This is what we need to do. So they're honestly just trying to better the community at the very end of the day and make sure that the community's value and your home value stays up and continually growing more and more equity over time. Now, the other pro, of course, is a case-by-case basis based on your neighborhood that you're in, the fee that you're paying for the HOA, and what's all included within your HOA. Now, my neighborhood particularly, so we have a community park, we have a community pool, we have pickleball courts, we have tennis courts, and then we also do community events. I can speak, I promise. But we do community events where we get together, we have back to school events, we have chili cook-offs, we have all these great things that, of course, not just a normal non-HOA community would have, because they want the neighbors to connect. So HOAs are super beneficial if you're moving here from out of state and you're looking to possibly make some friends. This is a great opportunity for you to do that. And not every neighborhood is an arm and a leg to be a part of. Specifically, mine is only $900 a year to be a part of, and I have made amazing relationships through the events that are offered. But of course, you know, we always have those Karens, and sometimes those Karens are worth all those amazing friends that you get on top of it, and the equity that I'm able to build in my home because everyone's taking care of their lawns. I'm not kidding you. These lawns are impeccable. There's just so much opportunity with HOAs. So pros and cons of HOAs, you're going to have pros and cons everywhere you go, but 100% being a part of HOAs, I would say, is so worth all the Karens. And so if you're thinking about a community and it's in an HOA community, let's talk. We'll go into more detail of what your specific community that you're looking for has to offer. And then maybe it has a CDD fee, and we'll go more into that in another video. So stay tuned. So if you're looking for more content on St. Johns County, what it's like living here, and honestly another reason to live here, like and subscribe. Did you subscribe?